find out the length of surname, first we have to understand the logic behind surname. Surname is that portion of the name which is separated by the space, the blank space from the first name. So in order to find out the length of surname, first you have to understand how to find out the position of blank space. Here one has to understand that we are considering the simplest case where a name consists of first name and surname. So here we are going to use a function called search, search, search. As you can understand from the syntax, for the search syntax, first is the find text. That means it will try to find out a particular text from the given one. So here we are trying to find out the blank space. How to insert blank space? First you have to put double quote, then there's a space, and then you have to close that double quote. So it means what? This particular syntax will try to find out the blank space, the position of the blank space from the given name. Next is what? Within text. So obviously it should be my name. And third is a start number, and you can find out that is given within third bracket. That means it is not mandatory, it's optional, and by default it will start from the first character. So here I don't have to give anything because I want the search to start from the first character. So I'm going to close it. One thing one has to understand, that I do not have to use this closing first bracket. If I just press enter, the Excel will understand that I want to close this particular operation. So as you can understand here, blank space comes the 7th position. Let us see. My name, first name is Debraj. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this blank space is coming after 6 characters in my first name. So blank space is the 7th position of my name, of my full name. Now I need to find out the length of my name, and for that I am going to use a syntax called len, len, and as you can see from the description of the syntax, it will return the number of characters in a text string. And again I can understand here I am not giving the first bracket, opening first bracket, I am using the tab. So either you can press this or you can use tab. Now here len a2, that means it will find out the length of my name, which is 12. So obviously length of surname would be what? Equals to 12 minus 7, 5. And if I now drag this particular formula and if I give any other name, as you can see here the value is coming because it is trying to find out blank space but is not getting anywhere because there is no particular string. So now if I give, say, now is election time, so if I give this, as soon as I give this, you can see here the blank space is now coming at the 6 because Rahul, RAHUL, 5 characters, so blank space is coming as a 6th, and length of surname is again 6. And if I give this name, so again you can check, it is coming after 8 characters of the first name. Total length is 13, so length of surname is 4. Now this is one way. So when you start doing Excel, I think this is the best way to understand. So you divide the problem into some modules. That's the whole concept. So sub problems you can say, and then you can integrate. But when you have understood Excel quite well, this is not a very smart way, because here again you are using 2 columns, and again you have to hide these 2 columns, and in certain cases this hiding may not be possible. So what you need to do, first you have understood this, now what I am going to do is to integrate. How? I am going to integrate all the 3 syntaxes in one. How to do that? As you can see here, what I have done, d2 minus c2. What is d2? d2 contains a particular formula. C2 again contains a particular formula. So what should I do? I should copy the formula which is there in the D2 cell and also in the C2 cell. Initially you can use this notepad. What I am doing here, so you can see here, this is the formula. So copy, and I'm putting it here. And then this is another formula which is there in the C2, copy and putting here. And as you can see, this is the actual formula D2 minus C2. So instead of writing D2 minus C2 and using C column and D column, what you should do is, this is the content of the C2 cell, D2 cell, and this is the content of the C2 cell. So what I'll do, this is the this is a D2, so D2 minus C2. So now I'll replace the D2 by len of A2 and C2 by the formula that C2 contained. Now if I copy this particular expression here, copy this particular expression, and if I paste it here, you see you get the same result. And now if you drag, you get the same result. So instead of using 3 different columns, you can use 1 column and you can get it. But what I suggest, initially you should divide like this. Once you think that you have understood the whole concept, then only you should do this. Or you can start with this, even in the advanced level you do it, then the method that I have followed, that you can convert that into notepad, or you can convert that into Word document, and then you can integrate and you can copy paste on the given cell. So I hope you have understood. Again, I am telling this is simplest case where the name has the traditional format, that is the first name and the second name. Obviously in the later stages we will discuss, or you can also do it on your own, what can you do when a name has a middle name. So for example, if you say instead of Debraj Datta, if you have Debraj Kumar Datta, so obviously logic should be a bit different, because in that case the blank space is coming twice. And there is another case where the name does not have any surname. For example, if somebody does not use a surname like Debraj or only Rahul, so if I want that output should be 0 or output should be there is no surname, so how to use this particular syntax or this particular combination of syntaxes for these cases? Think over it. If you can't, I'll give you the result. Okay, bye for the time being.